Ladies and gentlemen, so the interwebs out there, smashing envy, strong style, cinephile, and Giancarlo Esposito has himself confirmed that he is now a part of the MCU. Let's geek about it for a scan few minutes. Now, we don't know who he's going to play. We do know that he's been talked about as far as like fan casting for roles in the upcoming X-Men from the MCU, and he has expressed an interest in playing Professor Xavier. Again, himself, he put forth this idea of him playing Xavier. The one thing about that, he said he would kind of took umbrage with the thought of having to be sitting constantly for him, so he would want him to be walking using his legs. And I know Professor Xavier was kind of walking, I believe, in the Krakoa comics, Krakoan era of comics. So, I mean, there is precedent for that. But for me, Professor Xavier, he's in a chair. There's thoughts that he could be Magneto, so we'd have like Black Nito. Um, or there's thoughts that now that since they're doing some casting for Fantastic Four, casting another gentleman, whose face I'll put up here, and there's thoughts that maybe he might be in line to be the Mole Man, but maybe that they've casted Esposito as Galactus, as the voice of Galactus, and we'd probably see him doing some mocap work with Galactus. I'd be all for that. Now, on the subject of him playing either Xavier or Magneto, in X-Men, I know like he would catch holy hell for race swapping, and that's just a big thing in these comic book movies and adaptations. When that goes on, people get pissed and that sort of thing. And on one hand, I can see keeping the characters true to who they are. On the other hand, I can see the fact that these characters were made in like the 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, that sort of thing. So they weren't exactly thinking about minorities and representation at the time. If these characters were made today, they would be a lot more diverse than they are. So there's that to factor in. There are some, for me, some sort of like holy grail sort of characters that I don't want or need to see like swapped. Like Black Panther should be black. Captain America, like Steve Rogers, should be black or should be white, and that sort of thing. Like that's just what I expect. That's just, it for me. That's what works. Professor Xavier should be white. Magneto should be white because Magneto. I mean, uh, for me, the origin story with Magneto, and the further we get from this time frame, you need to kind of tweak it and make it contemporary. But for me, it's still the Magneto that was a young child during the Holocaust, and that kind of fueled anger, rage, that fueled that inside him. So if you um, swap him, now you can kind of use the civil rights movement, perhaps, or the black just reality of black men in America and kind of what we deal with, what we go through to kind of use, to kind of tweak Magneto in that way, still kind of give him those angry sort of origins to kind of make him into the guy that he is. And of course, it would further kind of fuel the idea that people see Professor Xavier as a Martin Luther King allegory versus Magneto as a Malcolm X allegory, parallel comparison. You know what I mean? So you could go down that road and kind of do something with it. But for me personally, I still kind of just want to see like white Magneto, white Professor Xavier. But it remains to be seen who he's playing. We know he's a great actor, charismatic actor, brings uh, just a presence, brings menace to villainous roles that he plays. Dude has just got some chops. So for him to be anybody, whether it's Xavier, whether it's Magneto, whether it's Galactus, whether it's somebody totally different that we're not even thinking of, he's going to kill it. But it remains to be seen who he's going to play in the end. I guess we'll all find out together, as we often and always do. But those are my thoughts on it, scattered as they often are. What do you guys out there think? Let me know in the comments below. Follow me on social media. Talk to me there. Talk to me here. If you're going to be in the Houston area Saturday, come see me. Going places, kicking faces. Stick to the script, getting things done as only I can do. Till next time, let us geek.